there's certain molecules or certain atoms, from what I've been told, that the very act of viewing them knocks them into a place that's not their natural place. So scientists have a hard time figuring out what these atoms are like in their natural habitat, because the very light that hits them when they look at them knocks them a bit askew. There's a similar thing that happens with art and music when somebody who's creating it doesn't have the thought that 1,000 people or 10,000 people or 5,000 or 100 are going to devote their time and their mental energy towards checking this out. And once that's a thought, there's so much more pressure to not rip those people off, that you have to have something of value and something of importance in it. And that is part of what attracts us to things like the Smithsonian Folk Anthology or the early Daniel Johnston cassettes, or anybody who seems like they're outside of the marketing, or outside, somebody who seems more localized, who seems less self-conscious about what they're doing. To maintain that kind of unself-consciousness becomes more difficult. I look out over LA and there's probably X number of people making albums that are like $30,000, $50,000 worth of studio engineers and this and that, and the technology is available and the resources are available, and it's not considered something even particularly special. It's just that's the natural way to do things. Once you have access to that, you just can't, once you have a consciousness of that possibility, you don't know what to do. I mean, anything, you're sort of trapped. You're like, if I do something lo-fi, it's like you're doing it on purpose, and that's not, you almost feel like you're ripping people off, because people have, I don't know, it's very difficult to cope with and come to terms with, because I'm a fan of so many things in the 60s where they're, the first couple albums were simple, and then they started adding all these horns and strings and fancier production, and you just want to say, like, why couldn't you have kept on making the simple solo acoustic guitar stuff? Why couldn't you just have the guts to do that? Like, why does the new Bob Dylan album have to have all of this, high level musicianship and production? Like, doesn't he have the guts to just do something punk and just like make a fucking cassette recording? Or, I'm just using Dylan as like an example, but there's a million other people that you just say, like, are you so enthralled to the fact that you have to sell as many albums as possible that you can't just like turn your back on that system and just make something lo-fi? And yet I find myself swept up in that just the same. At the time when I was originally making my cassette recordings, I was doing the best that I could. And now, to do the best that I can, I just have so many more options that, in order to utilize and do the best that I can, is extremely challenging. Like, I can add all this other stuff. I can work on it longer. I can put more money into it. So, yeah, it's just the level of what the best you can do is, what's available to you technologically, becomes that much more challenging and complex. We should just do the best that we can with what we have now, because that's going to seem simple compared to what's about to happen, I guess. And you can still make simple recordings. Like, fuck it.
Or maybe you could talk about this guitar and all the stuff that's appeared on it.
Yeah, well, this guitar is in very sad, decomposed shape. It yesterday had completely separated the wood, so we just glued it and taped it back down. I've done that a couple of times. But I feel like I've talked way too much, and my voice is just going to be gone, so I'll try to play a short song and make that the end of things. decide I have song titles written on different parts of the guitar. I think if life exists, it's probably like this. I had a common goal, I caught a common cold. I said when I get healthy that I won't take it for granted. And I thought I meant it, but I knew when I got better that I'd probably forget it. Feeling fine wasn't worth a mention, so I didn't pay attention. And it seems that's just the way. It's all easier said than done, and it's not even easy to say. And when I get back home, I'll see what's left before I'd gone. 1,000 sheets of paper, I'll see what they are later. And then I've got a room, and back and forth I've flown. And when I get back home, I'll see what's left before I've gone. 2,000 sheets of paper, I'll see what they are later. But it's hard to get too bored when you pick the right two chords. And you keep on strumming as if you don't know what's coming. Now I don't have a girlfriend and I wish I was more happy. Now I have a girlfriend and I wish I was more happy. Now I have 2 girlfriends and I wish I was more happy. Now I have 4 girlfriends and I wish I was more happy. And when I'm in an airplane, I close my eyes and pretend it's a rocket pointed straight down, shooting at the earth again. Now I am more happy and I wish I was more happy. If I was a little smarter, if I worked a little harder. But emotions in the brain, they'll always be the same. It's just chemicals and glop, and what you've got is what you've got. And you just apply it to whatever's passing by you. Just like the guitar pick that I could not keep in my grip. It's like all the love I lose, cause I can never fill the shoes. But it's just because I have no feet. And then I think every minute of every day I have the choice to wish things could be better or be glad things aren't worse. It may be every minute of every day we have the choice to say things could be better or to say things could be worse. And I think if life exists, it's probably like this. But it's hard to get too bored when you pick the right 2 chords. And you keep on strumming as if you don't know what's coming. And it seems that's just the way. It's all easier said than done, and it's not even easy to say.